Yeah, this your boy Heavy Starch, and coming to you live from my home. Coming to show you now is a project I had talked about before. I finally finished it, which is the Nitefinder crossbow. So I got the elastic on here, got it on here, and then got a pretty good seal on this Nitefinder. And see, I got gloss black and my favorite shade of green, which I've used on other blasters I've featured, like the Chrome Illusion green. And then also the Tactical Light is also green and got the Nerf plain zombie strike darts in it. Let's see, cock this with one hand. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now, got a really good seal in it, and you shouldn't really cock it with a dart in the barrel because it creates a vacuum. But as you can see, added the bow piece on there, knotted elastic, gets really good ranges. Got an upgraded spring. Didn't brass it, didn't see the need to because hits really hard. A nice pop to it. Like the paint, it's pretty good. Like I say, Nitefinder, left the light in it, left it green. So run of the mill. Love this paint job. And crossbow. So this is my version of the crossbow, Nitefinder. Gun I had talked about before, which is the side strike. I said I wasn't going to paint it, but okay. Meant to do that. Okay. Now we got the side strike, and this right here has a really good seal. It's brassed and also shoots very well. Dart I just had in there are the, let's see, Arizona flat tip darts. I like these. You can actually put these in a clip and can fire them if they're in relatively good condition. If they're in, flattened out or jacked up, they're not going to, cycle through the blaster. But if they're in really good shape, they'll fire in a clip, fired blaster, clip system blaster from Nerf. So this is my side strike. Did it a tactical brown. The black was kind of flat, and what I did was I used outdoor paint and tried to go El Cheapo on this, and it worked pretty well. And then basically sealed it, with clear. Got the brass barrel in it, and like it looks better, triggering everything, nothing's rubbing, cock the blasters, no paint rub off. Did a lot of it by hand instead of rattle can. That way I could get in all the crevices and, no overspray. Then, if you saw the other video, the Fusefire, I got the Fusefire PD, so this one has the biohazard symbol, PD, police department, whichever police department you choose. And basically almost the identical mods as the other green one, except this one is blue. And the light is on the opposite side. And like the way this looks, blue housing on the blue light in the front. And then, of course, these lights are going to come out green because plastic is green. And I was asked a question that if you change the color LEDs, probably would still be greenish because the plastic is green. And also you wouldn't have the room to put conventional LEDs because the LEDs that are in these vortex blasters are flat. You can see them at the top, one right there, one right there. Okay, I didn't put the little nub for the tactical rail there is because, it's clear and it kind of interferes. You see the big piece of orange on top of this clear green plastic. So On this, I use a blue metallic and use my favorite lightened gunmetal, and still gets about the same ranges as, still left everything stock. But starting to like the vortex blasters, because from a cosmetic standpoint, they are extremely easy to mod, because basically the inside internals are basically usually in one piece, usually about 3 or 4 screws to take all the internals out in one big piece. And then you have the shell. The shell is in several pieces, which makes it extremely fun to cosmetically mod. Then I had pictures on Google Plus where, I had a badge, and this is another one I had, a badge that, badge that went to the gun. The other one had supposed to be like a digital scanner built into the badge or whatever, my wild imagination. I was asked, why don't I do tutorials? One major reason is I don't have time. Second major reason is it's a ton of them out here, and I look at the majority of them myself. And I feel like sometimes you need to just go for yourself. Take a screwdriver and, go for self. And I don't like doing tutorials. I'm not really a performance modder. I do performance mods, but mostly like cosmetic mods. I like the way things look. I like show and go. So I'd like to send a shout out to Jodacast, my last dart, especially my last dart, and Nerf Brisbane. I like him. He's really cool, and Griever. So I got a few more projects on the horizon, and I, like everybody else, got these blasters, the usual retaliators or whatever. I'm waiting for the Demolisher, and the Sling Fire, stuff like that to come out, something new, you know what I'm saying? Because basically everything that Nerf is out right now, whether it be the Rebel line or whatever, I owned it or have owned it. And right about now, I'm cleaning house. Basically, everything I got has a price on it. I'm getting tired. I'm being overwhelmed. I'm drowning in blasters, I'm retired. I do have several other pursuits other than this. This is just one hobby / business venture. This is the other one. Like I said, getting tired, and I'm drowning in blasters and darts. So I have future projects coming up. I'm going to probably do a redo of the Centurion, courtesy of Nerf Brisbane and Jodacast, those cats doing nice things, and everybody seems to be in a vacuum since Coop left, and then you got that weirdo impersonating them, Somebody gonna beat the brakes off that boy. But anyway, this is Heavy Starch, and don't hate, congratulate. I might sound kind of draggy today. It's because that's how I feel. Besides, I'm an old nerd, and old nerds just go out to pasture sometimes. But anyhow, I digress. This is Heavy Starch, don't hate, congratulate, and keep making cool stuff out there. All right, people. Peace.